Hello, I'm Lynn Finch with another weekly episode of the No-Cash Allowance. Does the No-Cash Allowance work? My daughters had no choice but to grow up with my allowance strategy that became the basis of my book. Now, as a grandmother, I enjoy watching my grandkids learning about the money the same way and getting comments from parents who are using the same system with their kids. I asked my adult daughters why they were teaching their kids using the same system, and they said, because that's what we knew growing up. My youngest daughter, who started at age 3, wrote, as a result, money doesn't stress me at all. Would I like to have more? Sure. Wouldn't anyone? But I pay the bills when they arrive and I bank online like a pro. As a kid, I wouldn't have believed that my parents knew what they were talking about. I feel lucky that my mom and dad helped me develop this intangible, unconscious skill that prevented a lifetime of anxiety about finances and, as it turns out, has saved me a lot of money. My older daughter started when she was 5. After graduating from college, I found adjusting to financial adulthood was as rough on me as it is on many people. Even with the best of planning, life happens. And in 1 year, I had credit card debt that was more than 3 times my monthly salary. Because of the no cash allowance, I had the skills and awareness to manage my spending and reduce my debt. I set up a budget, disciplined myself to make regular payments, and paid off the entire amount in just under a year and a half. And as a mom, I will add, we didn't know this was happening. She didn't tell us about this until she had paid it all off. Parents who use the no cash allowance are amazed how capable their kids are when they let them manage their own money. Here are 7 things that we learned from our allowance experience. Kids can understand abstract concepts about money. Even before they started kindergarten, they didn't care if they had cash in hand or money in their account. All they really wanted to know was how much spending power they had. Kids can accept responsibility for spending decisions. Because they owned their spending decisions, they could not be upset with us when the new toy broke on day 1. They could say, why did you let me buy that? And we would say, it was your money, it was your choice. They can analyze how money is transferred without cash. Much to our surprise, they transferred money between their accounts, and on top of that, they charged each other interest and thought they had invented it themselves. Negotiate. Our kids came to us and they negotiated for a higher allowance rate, and they also negotiated changes in the way I was paying them for some chores. They said some chores needed to be paid more and some were worth less. But they opened the negotiations and they were very reasonable in their requests. And we were very impressed, and we were easily agreed to their ideas. They can perform complex money management. By high school, our kids were managing hundreds of dollars each semester for much of their day-to-day expenses. I know one of them said to me, oh, how am I going to manage all this money for all these different things? And we said, you'll figure it out. And she did. They can learn from their mistakes. That $10 mistake by a kid is a learning experience, a gentle learning experience, compared to a maxed out credit card as a young adult, which can be very difficult to manage. And they take their skills with them. They went off to college knowing they would be responsible for managing their loans, their work income, and the money from our contribution. And they never called home to ask for money. When your kids track all their money as a number, they become better money managers. Parents, you are the best people to teach your kids about money. The no cash allowance gives you a how, and these videos talk more about the why and what can happen when your kids start using this strategy. Vince Shorb, the CEO of the National Financial Educators Council, tells us, Parents, if you don't teach personal finance lessons to your kids, they likely will never receive any financial education. It's your responsibility to ensure they are ready to leave your home with the skills, behaviors, and system that will help them be self-sufficient members of society and avoid the pain associated with money struggles. For more comments from other parents about their experience, click on the blog link in the description below. And come back next week for another episode of the No Cash Allowance. Thanks for listening.